Hello, MCHS, and welcome to another episode of MCTV. I'm your host, Dakota Fleming.
And I'm Kyle Mader. Today on our show, we'll have a look at the open house, a student raid on Walmart, and an interview with an actress. But to our top story.
During the last few days of March, MCHS had their annual open house to let potential students coming to MCHS to experience and learn the different courses we have and learn more about their future teachers. The night was filled with fun and excitement as different courses showed what they had to offer through different methods and experiments. Our own Tyler Troy was on the scene to see what was really the best course to join. How does the weather look this week, Kyle?
Well, it looks like it's gonna be hot enough to go to the beach. We might have a slight chance of rain, but we'll leave all that to our details to our meteorologist, Austin Kennedy. Ozzy?
Well, oh, there's my screen. Thank you, guys. Well, here in Whitehorse, oh, it's firing. 14 degrees, and it's going to be looking rainy there. Yellowknife looks actually quite beautiful out there. Vancouver looks kind of miserable right there for them. Regina's sun with rain. Winnipeg's sun with rain with 29 degrees. Toronto's 25 degrees with rain and sun. Let's see Montreal right now, and it is 21 degrees with sun and rain. Halifax also looks pretty bad out there with rain, and it's 15 degrees. St. John's is 9 degrees, and Iqaluit is 16 degrees with sun and rain. Let's see the Alberta forecast right now. Thank you. It's going to be 22 degrees and high level with thunderstorms and rain. Fort McMurray, 24 degrees with rain and sun. Edmonton right now is 21 degrees with sun. Grand Prairie and Jasper are raining with 16 and 18 degrees. Red Deer, 20 degrees. Calgary, 20 degrees. Banff and Medicine Hat are also sunny too. Let's see our current conditions right now. It is 15 degrees. Wind's coming out of the south of us at 9 kilometers an hour. Humidity is at 50%. Sunrise was 5:06 this morning, and sunset will be 10 o'clock tonight. Let's see our weekly forecast right now. Thursday is 20 degrees right now. Friday is 18 with chance, well, it's going to be raining and all that. Saturday's 16 degrees, Sunday's 17, Monday's 18, Tuesday's 18, and Wednesday is going to be miserable for all of you like in the sun. Back to you guys.
In the month of April, Olivia Chang dropped by to talk about her role in the movie about the rape of Nanking. For those who don't know, this is when the Japanese people committed genocide against the Chinese people. While here, she talked about the historical facts that happened during the event and the events after the genocide. I was on the scene during the talk. Last month, the grade 11 students had a special guest, Olivia Chang, star of the movie The Rape of Nanking. She gave us some advice about following your dreams of becoming an actor.
Doing Irish Chang the Raven and King, how it's affected my career, I'd say it's more affected my life experience because I get to come into schools and talk to people, and it's kind of like the little movie that could, and that it keeps opening these unexpected doors in the world for me. I guess it happened really with Broken Trail. I mean, in Edmonton, I'd always done extra work, and I would come onto set as what's known as a day player. So, but it was never really something that was really possible for me. It was never something I thought I could build my vocation around. When Broken Trail came along, it kind of challenged that limiting belief, and after that, I went after it. You know, it became a distinct possibility after that. I think a lot of the obstacles I faced. I mean, there's some reality to some of the obstacles I have, but most of them were in my head. You know, like there were so many reasons I had for why I couldn't succeed, that those were the biggest obstacles I had to overcome. I mean, the rest is just a numbers game. You know, the more auditions you go out for, the more you're seen, the more people know you. You'll just book at some point. You just have to book at some point. So the rest is just the perseverance, staying in there, and training like an Olympic athlete. You know, I'm constantly in class because I need to be ready for when that big part comes. I can't be like, oh, just give me a month to like shape up. Your audition's tomorrow. So you just have to be ready.
For MCTV, this is Dakota Fleming, signing off.
With exams on the way and students desperately trying to find ways to study and know how it works, we brought Ms. Christensen to teach us ways to focus for exams. Thanks for being on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So what are some techniques people can use to study for their exams?
One of my favorite ways to study is using the cue cards. So what students can do is go through all of their notes and find questions that they struggled with or some of the most important concepts, write down the question on the front and write the answer on the back of it, and they can then create a set of cards throughout the course. For each unit exam, they'll have these cards, and then for the final exam, they'll have a complete set of cards for each of the chapters that they studied, and that can really help them to focus what they need to be looking for. They can highlight questions that they're struggling with, have their parents quiz them, because the answers are right on the back, so the parents don't necessarily need to know the answers, or their friends, whoever they have close by. That's a really good technique. I would also suggest for those grade 12 students who are writing diplomas, they should probably be using the Edge and the keys and trying to find good questions in there. Doing old practice exams is a good way, going over old quizzes, going over their notes, going over any old worksheets, taking a look at areas that they struggled with and focusing on those problem points.
Okay, so if a student got a mark that they weren't proud of on the diploma exam, what could they do to raise that mark?
Well, on the diploma exam itself, if they're not happy with a mark, if it's a course like English or social where there's writing component to it, they can have their exam remarked. The problem with that is if the mark turned out to be lower than what they originally got, they would have to accept the new mark as being lower. So they really have to think about it before they have a course remarked. If it's a course like the math or the sciences where it's all multiple choice and numeric response, chances are there isn't human error involved in the marking of it, so that's probably what they got. They do have the opportunity to rewrite an exam. To rewrite an exam, basically you just have to pay a rewrite fee, and then at the next sitting of the exam, you can rewrite that exam.
Okay, so how early should a student arrive to each of their exams or diplomas?
I think it's a good idea to get here at least 15 minutes early. Gives you a chance to come in, get your stuff, put all your things away, because as you guys know, there cannot be any type of cell phones or MP3 players or any electronic devices besides calculators brought into exam rooms. So I think it's a good idea to get here, you know, bring your water with you, make sure you've got your pencils, your pens, erasers, whatever you need for the exam. And make sure that you're here in time so that when they get called down, people aren't flustered. Sometimes if you're running in late, you start to feel a little bit nervous because you're already late. So making sure that you're here nice and early is a good idea.
So what materials should each student bring?
Well, it depends on the exam. For most of the exams, they should for sure have, I would suggest, a few sharp pencils with erasers, pens, calculators, if they're allowed to have calculators on that exam. I believe in English, they're allowed to have a dictionary.
Wow.
Water is a good idea as well.
So thanks for being on our show and answering a few of our questions. So in Social 10-1, students learned about economics and how big business affects the world economy. As a part of obtaining the marks, the students watched the documentary Walmart, The High Cost of Low Prices. The students must then create a 30-second to 1-minute infomercial about their view on Walmart. Tim Evans produced an ad with grade 10 student Emily Blowers. Here's their infomercial.
1% of their wealth to charities, while Bill Gates has given more than 58%.
Save money, live better.
Walmart costs American taxpayers about $1.6 billion a year to support its employees. Walmart employee insurance is far too expensive for most employees. Walmart puts local businesses and stores into jeopardy of shutting down. In China, the cost to make this toy is between 14 to 18 cents. Walmart sells it for about $14.96. And the quality of the toys aren't so great either. Do you want to pay low prices for low quality or higher prices for a better quality? You be the judge.
Thank you for watching MCTV. On the next show, we'll have a look at celiac disease.
A look at the new student parking laws.
And a one-on-one exclusive with our very own Mr. Nolan, who retires at the end of this month. We'll take a look back on his teaching career. How's the weather looking this week, Ozzy?
Well, it's looking pretty miserable for many of us that are looking forward to go to the beach and all that, but yeah.
Well, thanks for watching MCTV. I'm Kyle Mayer.
I'm Dakota Fleming.
And I'm Austin Kennedy.
Have a good one.
Good day.